Hello friends, very good. We are meeting again. Class 12, my class 12 friends. Now this is the third lesson I am doing for you. I have done all the lessons for class 11 juniors. Now for the seniors. First lesson we have done, you remember the last lesson. Not that was my last lesson, but the title of the lesson is the last lesson. The second one is the lost spring. Lost spring. Already I told you that's a metaphor that stands for lost childhood. All the pleasures that accompany childhood. That is, some children are fated like that. They have no scope. Instead of going to school, they go to work. Instead of going to play, they go for rag picking. Instead of going for swimming and other sports, they go for doing some jobs in tea stores and so on, petty jobs. So stories of 3 children. One of course is just a guest appearance, I told you. The other is Sahab-e-Alam, that is the Lord of the universe, and Mr. Mukesh. Yes. And the guest appearance of course was Savita. Right? So now we come to the third one, that is it's very interesting when it will have a great impact on your life, significant impact on your life, and that is deep water. Deep water. I can see the title, Deep Water, introduction, by William Orville Douglas, taken from Of Men and Mountains. This is an excerpt. Excerpt means part taken from that. And again, as you can see, you have got you have the deep water, that is the title, and he had the experience of a deep-rooted fear of water. How William O. Douglas, he overcame that deep-rooted fear of water, not hatred. It's not a phobia, it's not a hatred, but a fear of water. You can also say mild phobia, yes. Yes, that way. Understand? So how did he do this? This is autobiography. So the author himself narrates the story of how from a timid boy who was frightened when he sees water, became an expert swimmer. This is the journey. Well, my dear friends, when you go through at the end of this, you will see that certain things in your life, for example, how to achieve things seem to us insurmountable or very tough to achieve. These are the steps. Dream, determination, action plan. Many people, what happen, they stop here. Dream. Plenty of dreams. Determination, action plan. Practice, practice, practice. What makes you perfect is practice. Perseverance. Should be able to keep up that tempo. Very often what happens, when halfway through people say, this is enough, or it's not possible for me. And then overcome threats. Many threats will come across. Don't worry, just overcome them. And finally, the last laugh is yours. The last laugh is yours. Now this story is like this. When Douglas was just 3 or 4 years old, what happened is he went with his father to California beach. He was holding his father, but still the waves overpowered him and he fell down. So he was that was his first experience, and that was a negative experience as far as the boy was concerned. Remember, he is only just, we can say, 3 or 4 years old. Think of a 3 or 4 years old boy. And what did the father do? Father laughed. He did not give much importance to this. Then the second step, of course, what he finds, second incident in his life is, so the first one is the California beach incident, which was not welcomed by him because he fell down. The force of the waves was such. And second is, of course, Yakima YMCA pool incident. And that's very interesting. When he was 11 or 10, he wanted to become a swimmer, so he went to, and his mother always used to say that the Yakima river is treacherous. because there are many hidden areas. So, but you can see that terror points are, you will find hidden in different parts of Yakima River. So don't go there. Instead, go to a safe place and learn swimming. So he thought of doing it in YMCA pool. YMCA pool is supposed to be a very good one. No problem at all. No external influence, nothing of that sort. So they went on like this. He crawled. His initial fear of water just was disappearing. One day he went there a bit early. So he was sitting by the side of the pool there. And then a very aggressive type of fellow, fat, and he came there and he said, "Oh, this Douglas was very thin. The other man was very fat and robust." So he said, "You skinny, you are sitting here." He just lifted that boy and tossed him into the Yakima River. Yakima YMCA pool. YMCA pool, as like any other pool, there's shallow ends. Then gradually it will go to the deep. Now this man, the boy who gave the bruiser, we said, BRUISE. He is like what you call a tough fellow with muscles and so. He said, "Skinny, you are sitting here. Come on, I will toss him into deep water." Poor they only just began to learn swimming, and so what happened is it was a terrible experience for him. See that he was really paralyzed. See, that he was stiff with fear. He wanted some ropes or ladders or water wings, but none of them. He screamed, but his screams did not come out. Scream frozen. Stark terror took over, and then you find that it was like a great charge of electricity. Imagine you are hit by thunder, that kind of feeling he had in water. What happened is brain also is, you can see that is almost collapsed. He crossed to oblivion, total forgetfulness. The curtain of his life fell down. In between, came up once, went down. Second time came up, went down. Third time he came up, then down he went. He made many attempts to come up. Impossible. He thought that when his feet touched the tiles at the bottom, he can spring from there. Nothing worked. So what he thought and what happened is totally different. He said, "The curtain of my life fell." I was as if he was sinking into total oblivion. Oblivion, unconscious. And when he says that when he got up and when he opened his eyes, he saw that some people, he was lying on his stomach and vomiting water. Some people were there and he said, "What did you do with this boy?" He said, "Oh, I was just fooling." Loser, that tough fellow said, "I was just fooling." So, the fear. The deep-rooted fear of water haunted him wherever he went. A haunting fear. And he says, "Icy horror would grab my feet." Whenever I see water, icy horror will grab my feet. So afraid of it. It was like a nightmare. Imagine a nightmare. What will be the effect of the nightmare? When other people go canoeing is a small boat, using small boat and going for pleasure. Canoeing, fishing, swimming, then wading to water, walking and to water and so on. He would stay always, he will shrink with fear. And he said, I don't want it. So, the fear of water, in fact, ruined all sorts of water sports, pleasures of water sports, like fishing, like swimming, like canoeing. Finally, what did he do? He decided, I will get over this. I will overcome this. So he had a dream first. Then the dream level did not stop. What happened in the next one is, you have seen determination. He was determined. He said, I will do it. So that, as a reward, well begun, half done. the bigger part in his mind. So he took the help of an instructor. And the instructor was a very nice person. From October to July, it's about 10 months it took. And then said 5 days a week, an hour a day, regular practice, 5 days. And then what happened to begin with, the instructor put a belt around him and then connected it with the rope, a pulley, and then overhead a cable. So from there, what will he do? He will hold that. Instructor will hold the rope, end of the rope. And instructor asked him, go. Two and four, across. So lengthwise, breadthwise. Second step was he relaxed the rope. Just relaxed it. And the relaxation, what happened? He thought, oh my God, again I am going to sink. But he did not lose hope. When the instructor relaxed his rope, he did not, that was a threat for him, first threat for him. Leela relaxed the rope, but he did not complain. So this will be step 2. First is tightly hold, second is relaxed. And third, the instructor said, you should know how to breathe in and breathe out in water. That's the most important point when you are learning swimming. Breathe in means, what do you do, Actually, first you breathe out. You immerse your head in water. And then breathe out. Because the bubbles coming out. See that? Then you lift your head like this, sideways. And then inhale. Inhale not through nose, but through mouth. So he did it 100 times. 100 times. Not a day, not 2 days, not 3 days, but many days. That is it. So once you know how to exhale and inhale in water, you will never, there will be no possibility for you to get drowned in water. Then one more point, if you know, you are a swimmer. What is that? That is, the instructor also did the same thing, asked him to do the same thing. Hold the side of the swimming pool and then kick with your feet without bending the knees. It may be difficult in the beginning, but then it's so. After some way it will be perfect. That kicking, it is like rowing, holding you on. You will never go down in water. If you know how to breathe in and breathe out, and also kick with your feet, that is the thing. The knee should be straight. And if you practice that, you become master of that. It's done, finished. You can float on water. Wherever you are, you can float on water. And one thing more, if you do, hold your hands straight like this. See, immerse your head in water so that you can breathe out and breathe in like this. And kick. You will never drown yourself. No, never. You are already a swimmer then. Afterwards, what you have to do is, you lift your hands like this. And when you are lifting your hands, that is not given in the book. That's from my experience I am telling you. Because the instructor who taught me said, you take your hands as if you are taking it from your pockets. Just like this. Understand? See, this is. Don't take like this. In this way, if you take, and also your palm should be so tight like this. Tight means relaxed like this. Don't hold it like. Don't do it like this. Understand? Not that. But this is the moment. Both hands. You are complete, perfect swimmer. I am speaking from my experience. In fact, I learned swimming at the age of 59. It's not don't think that it can be done only by children. No. Grown-up people can also do that. Swimming, the best exercise. for the entire body. If you ask anybody, what is that exercise that will have impact on all the organs of your body, external or internal? Answer, there's only one answer. What is that? Swimming. So swim in water and swim away your fear. Understand that? Very important. Now what happened to him? He did all these things. Then exhaling and exhaling, side of the pool holding and kicking, and piece by piece he built up, and at last the whole thing put in the integrated whole. That's the same with the cycling, no? First you should know how to mount, then you should know how to get balance straight, and then pedaling, learn it, holding your brake and put these things together, all the pieces together, you will be able to become, you can easily cycle. Cycling balance, you get the cycling like that. So everything is like that. Any skill you have to do like that. You cannot learn all the items within a skill together, but piece by piece, and then put them in the integrated whole. And afterwards you can have variations like this. Crawl stroke is there, side stroke is there, breast stroke is there, back stroke is there. Understand? Butterfly is there. There are many strokes like that. Many styles, you see. So all the different styles he learns, and then one fine day, one fine morning, the instructor said goodbye. Good. That is it. And then what happened? Sorry, this is another point that you should understand. He was not satisfied just in swimming only in the pool, but he went to different rivers, lakes, for different types of experience. So that what happens is that this is the same way, suppose you are playing football on the same court. That will help you, but you go to different courts, different teams and so on, then you will become master. Exactly like that he did. He went to nearby rivers, difficult rivers, treacherous rivers, lakes and so on. Thus he made himself perfect in practice. So if you go back, you will see that the California incident had a negative impact on him. But still he decides to learn swimming, say at the age of 10 or 11. And then he had a terrible near-death experience. But he did not stop. He found that all the water sports, this fear of water ruining, so he decided to appoint an instructor. The instructor taught him, he put them in the integrated whole and became a great swimmer. He practiced like you see that Douglas Corcoran. Douglas Corcoran was a great swimmer, so he said practice like that. The experience had deep meaning for me. That's the point. This experience had deep meaning for me, he says. Experience both the sensation of dying in Yakima, YMCA pool, and the terror that fear of death can produce. Oblivion. The curtain of his life fell. He thought that he is dying, being carried away by the water, down and down, floating. He thought finished, unconscious. So that is near-death experience. Then what happened? This produced in him the will to live somehow. And the will to live somehow grew in intensity. I don't know, psychiatrists said that you attempt suicide and fail. Such people will never again do it. Because they had a near-death experience, and though whatever happens, they will not die. Once the same thing happened to him. It's not suicide, but he had the near-death experience. So what happened is that he said, I had the desire, the grew in intensity. What? somehow to live. And then he said, again fear sometimes would come. Then he will say, Mr. Terror, you can do nothing to me. Auto-suggestion. If you want to get rid of any of your negative points, this is a major step that you should take. Auto-suggestion. So many people have this examination fear. See, you should tell that fear, but you are trying to defeat me, you exam fear. I am a scholar, I will be able to get first rank plus. That's what you should. So like this, this lesson has a very significant relevance in our lives. How to get rid of. In fact, this is an unreasonable fear. Fear can be easily conquered by systematic work, systematic practice. So don't run away from that. Understand? I remember in a film where you have got the people of that village is complaining that a ghost appears there after 12 o'clock, after 12 nights. A ghost comes there. And then that is, I think that is starring is Sean Connery. I don't know whether you have heard his name on 007 with love and all those things. That kind of films, detective shots. So what happened is this man who went there to find out actually what is it. He suffered a lot, waited for days and days. At last he found it was a JCB with light and all, not a ghost. Then what I want to say is that the villagers were totally gripped by fear. They could not take a step. But this man has sacrificed his life. If it happens, let it be. And then he found out what is the matter and then solved the problem. So like that, you have many fears in life. Some people have fear of cockroach, some spider, some animals. See, we should not be afraid of anything. We should fight it out. That's what we should. That's what Douglas has done. So we must also do. You should be able to brush aside fear. Public speaking, for example, is a very important area where students are afraid of. They are afraid of standing just in front of their own classmates and speak. So what is the solution? The solution is learn it step by step and then become a great speaker. Put in hard work. Dream level, don't stop. And the author was the longest serving Supreme Court judge of the US. But he had a very humble beginning. He was nominated by President Roosevelt. He had a humble beginning. He graduated with a BA, say in English and Economics in the year 1920. He taught for 2 years in the high school nearby at Yakima, this is the place. And then 2 years he collected some money and went, see, look at that. 2 years he worked and then collected money and went to join a law school. And they graduated from the law school and joined the Yale University Law School faculty. Something that you should also be, including myself, we can imitate the faculty. And by a stroke of luck, he came in touch with President Roosevelt. He nominated him. He was confirmed at 40, young man, confirmed as the Supreme Court judge and served for 36 years and 211 days. So such a man. Understand that? And his book of Men and Mountains, this is an excerpt from that. A relevant part for us, for you and as well as for me. Sometimes you will ask me, hey, old man, what is relevance for you? You are going to die. You can say like that, I have no objection. But I think, I dream, I have got many dream projects in life. One such project I am living, that is taking classes for CBSE class 11 and class 12. I have more projects. Now I am also doing another project, grammar tutorials, already done. 307 classes, grammar tutorials, and in the pipeline you can expect, that means you can expect some 300 more that I will complete that area of my activity. That is 10 more, I will have more dreams. Dream, don't stop it at this level. Dream, determination, action plan, practice, 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 perseverance, overcome threats, and the last law of the universe. In connection with this, you can think of this. If there is a will, there is a way. Cowards die many times, the valiant dies only once, Julius Caesar. Then death be not proud, John Donne, poet. All what we have to fear is fear itself. President Roosevelt, you will find it in this lesson. This is an excerpt from of Men and Mountains. Title is Deep Water. At the same time, it goes along with the deep-rooted fear of water. Douglas, in this lesson you will find, this is an autobiographical one, inspirational narrative. It inspires, you know. You have find the California beach incident, misadventure at Yakima YMCA pool. I told you, a fat fellow came and took him and tossed him into the deep water of the Yakima YMCA pool. Then deep-rooted fear of water ruined all the pleasures of all sorts of water sports like swimming, canoeing, fishing. Getting the help of an instructor, strenuous practice, a great swimmer. So that's what we are going to see in this lesson. And about Douglas, high school teacher, law student, Yale law faculty, he was nominated to the Supreme Court, confirmed at 40, held the position for 36 years, 211 days, one of the youngest and the longest served judges. I think that this will definitely inspire you. So go. I will be taking section by section and explaining. As usual, as I am using this method, communicative method of teaching. Not in its pure form. In pure form, there will be no reading. But I am reading the lesson also for you because this is a virtual class. Virtual class. There are no students here. Virtual class. You are my students. Virtual class, and therefore with the text you can follow. The method is as we have done in for the other lessons also. That is, first you will get all the words. I will use them in sentences to illustrate the meaning. You will have the highlights, and then you will have questions. You will answer the questions. Thus we will proceed. Bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life.